to the qualifying rounds against Louth. Well, at least they didn't have to travel too far yesterday. Navan was the venue. Jim Carey, the commentator, on a night of high drama.
Ollie MacDonald switching from right full forward to left full forward, and a great drive across the face of the goal, and inside a minute Louth are a point up. Wonderful atmosphere, huge crowd. The qualifiers have sprung to life. Now Meath back on the attack with the typical Evan Kelly run, and a lovely ball from Evan Kelly, and a flashing point by Ray McGee, who's in for Ollie Murphy. And you can see why Sean Boylan had confidence in Ray McGee as he took a lovely pass from the hard-working Evan Kelly. Now Christy Grimes was looking for movement there, and he got it from Simon Gerrard coming up for the right, from the right, and trying for a point and getting it. That's a good score by a very good player, Simon Gerrard, who loves to attack. Mark Stanfield drives it in the 17th minute. Nigel Crawford back to help. Great piece of fetching by Nigel Crawford, possibly the most accomplished performer this evening so far. As Simon Gerrard comes attacking, looking for his second score from play. But he's got to get a bit of help, which he does, from Barry Clark. Now that's ambitious by Barry Clark, but it's beautifully judged, beautifully flighted. Great score by Barry Clark for Louth. Mark Stanfield. Now Simon Gerrard has gone loose on the right, but Seamus O'Hanlon cuts infield. Great run by Seamus O'Hanlon. Can he crown it with the point? Yes! Now a great drive by Darren Fay for Graham Geraghty. Pulled on by Aaron Hoy. Won by Darren Fay. Now the idea was good by Mark Stanfield, but Paddy Reynolds read it better than anybody on the Louth side. John Cullinan's drive. But with the corner forwards playing out around midfield, it's easier for the Louth backs. And then Alan Page overholds. Donald Curtis quickly to Trevor Giles. Good ball to Nigel Crawford. One man who can score and does. 5 points to 4, Louth the leaders, but Meath doing better in the 33rd minute of the first half. Ray McGee, busy and effective. John Cullinan on, good ball to Evan Kelly. Getting inside John Neary, going for the equaliser, Evan Kelly. 2 minutes to half-time. To Christy Grimes. Now Louth led 3 minutes ago by 2 points. Now they're level. Mark O'Reilly's lost it. Louth bid to get the lead back, and they do. Coming up to half-time. JP Rooney out of it early on because the ball didn't run his way. Now he's got his chance and taken it. 35 minutes plus whatever time will be added on, and even extra time if necessary, to decide who moves on and who goes out of the 2002 Football Championship. 6 points apiece as Barry Clark tries to give Louth back the lead. Now it's dropping dangerously. Great catch in front of the goal, and in by Ollie MacDonald in 25 seconds. As it dropped, Ollie MacDonald pounced. Meath are in big trouble. Ken Riley beaten to it by Nigel Crawford. Paul Shankly there for Meath. They need a score. Graham Geraghty against Aaron Hoy. Oh, nice play by Geraghty, but it's just gone wide. But that is Meath's 4th wide of the second half. Now Nigel Nestor gets Meath going again. Now there's a man loose inside. That man is Ollie Murphy. He flips it to the left. And the goal! Richie Keeley the scorer. Ollie Murphy unselfish. Dangerous ball in. Murphy slipped it to the side. It was the right thing to do. And Richie Keeley did the rest. Cormac Murphy for Meath. To Trevor Giles on the 45-metre line. Good run through by Hank Traynor. From the defence. It paid off. Well found by Trevor Giles. Good score. They're level again. 1-7 apiece. Plymouth O'Hanlon. Christy Grimes gets a great ball in. Goes for the goal. What a score. The long ball twice to JP Rooney. A devastating finish. Now David Brennan. Oh, very good ball by David Brennan to Mark Stanfield. Now the leaders by 2 points with only 8 minutes to go. It's now a 3-point lead. 2-8 to 1-8. It's looking good for Louth. Looks for Trevor Giles. Now that could be a costly slip. But is there 2 scores in Meath, including a big one? Nigel Crawford shakes off a challenge from John Neary. Good ball. Goes for another goal. Meath gets 1 goal. A point in it now, thanks to Richie Keeley, his 2nd goal of the game. Now referee Brendan O'Gorman has to add on some more time because we had 2 stoppages in the 3 allotted to the added on. As Ollie Murphy comes forward to save the game for me. Great ball in. Goal! Unbelievable scenes in Navan, but you'd better believe them because Brian Garrity and Meath have saved the day, and Ollie Murphy it was who made the difference with a goal that gave Meath hope, and by working through for a goal that won it sensationally for Meath. You can't beat them. They're never down. For drama, tension, excitement, and finishes that you could hardly script. Look to Meath, as a huge crowd did in a packed Port Paltron. Who said there's no life in the qualifiers? Who said the life was seeping out of Meath? The final score at Navan, Meath 3-8, Louth 2-9.
It was looking like it was going to be their day, you know, and especially kicking down towards O'Mahony's end in the second half. That's where all the scores usually go in. And this pitch, we know that ourselves, it's our home pitch. But we just kept plugging away, you know. Obviously, we were dead and buried last week and we couldn't get back. But this week, we came back and we showed there's still plenty of fighting spirit there.
I suppose the big thing for us today, Jim, was from sort of a managerial point of view or management point of view, or somebody who's been lucky enough to be involved with a tremendous bunch of guys, the integrity of the lads not to stop. I suppose after we were beaten in the All-Ireland final and after we were beaten last Sunday by Dublin, it was something maybe the lads might have questioned themselves and so on. And today things seem to be going against us, in a big way. And it was that never say die, that faith in themselves, that faith in each other, that until the final whistle goes, you don't stop. And 2 miracle goals. And that's, you know, last Sunday, you know, Richie was coming off and he felt so down. He'd come on the field and he'd come off the field against Dublin. And my God, what a performance of Richie Keeley out there today. But full credit to Louth. If I was a Louth man today, my heart would be broken. Everything, the gods were nearly like against them. But that's football, and it can be a cruel game as well as a wonderful game.
Yeah, well, as you heard there yourself, even Meath people feel that Louth probably deserved that one last night. And Tony Davis, that was also the view of Colin O'Rourke, who was with us in our live programme this afternoon. We were chatting about this and he said, look, you know, he said it was robbery basically. Yeah, it was, but what better robbers in the country than Meath? I think they have everybody else's heart broken as well, so yeah. Louth aren't alone in that fact, you know. They just never give up. It's just something that's built into them. Now, I was wondering last Sunday in Dublin, were they going to come back? And they did make a bit of a revival, but Dublin got that all-important goal. Can never write off Meath, they're always going to be there. But there is a hangover from last year, and Kerry still have that hangover as well. Yeah. They both have, and there's a certain fragileness about both teams that they haven't recovered yet. Yeah. Now, certainly they won today. It depends on the draw tonight to see what kind of draw they'll get in the next round. The same with Kerry, so they have time on their side to regroup, to get their energies right, to get Ollie Murphy back to the kind of firing way as he was before. But you have to feel sorry for Louth. Louth are an excellent team.
No, in Leinster it's very hard to win. If they were in Munster or in Connacht, they'd be one of the top teams. It's very hard for them in Leinster because there's so many good teams. But great credit due to Louth, but Meath are never beaten. They're never beaten.
Well, now we come to the football qualifying draw that Tony mentioned there. 2 draws tonight, in actual fact. The hurling is a little bit later on. But first, it's the round 3 of the football qualifiers. Yes, the draw for the 3rd round of the Football Championship. And before we do anything else, let me introduce our guests here in studio to conduct proceedings. Representing the GAA, we have Pádraig Duffy, the Chairman of the Games Administration Committee. And representing the Bank of Ireland, we welcome to the programme Lisa Brown, their Sponsorship Manager. Now, before they make the draw, let me briefly explain the procedure. And first of all, these are the teams that are in the bowl. We have Mayo, Tyrone, Meath, Limerick or Offaly, because their game of course is still to be played, Kerry, Laois, Derry and Fermanagh. Now, these pairings won't be permitted because these teams have already met in the championship. Offaly have already played Laois and Limerick have played Kerry. So we'll have to see who they come out against because there may have to be an adjustment there. And just on a point of clarification, the winners of these games will play the losers of the 4 provincial finals in the next round.